Melanie here from International TEFL Academy in Costa Rica. Thanks for tuning in to our grammar presentations. Those of you that are already teaching English, we hope this is a good opportunity for you to refresh the content that you need to teach so you can be more confident in the classroom. And those of you that are thinking about teaching English abroad, we hope this is the first step in embarking in that journey. Let's get started.
Hey gang, today we're going to take a look at the past simple or simple past. For example, I walked to the park yesterday. James went to Europe last summer. The girls did their homework. These are all examples of actions that were completed in the past. Let's take a look at regular verbs conjugated in the past simple. For instance, I danced in the rain. Dance is a regular verb because when I conjugate it in the past simple, it ends in ed. In this case, dance already ends in an e, so all I have to do is add my d. He stayed with a host family. Stay is another example of a regular verb because all I need to do is add an ed to use it in the past simple. They studied together at the library. Study is another example of a regular verb, but it ends in a y, so before I add my ed, I need to drop my y and add an I, then my ed. Please note that ed conjugations in the past have 3 different pronunciations and can be challenging for our English students, so make sure you study those rules really well. Next, let's take a look at irregular verbs conjugated in the past simple. So remember that regular verbs end in ed in the past simple. Irregular verbs will not have the ed, so our students will need to memorize these verbs. For example, I saw my friend. See is the verb that we're working with here, but because I do not add an ed, it is irregular in the past simple. Eat is another example of a verb that is irregular in the past. For instance, he ate lots of good food. And finally, leave is another example of an irregular verb in the past. They left the library at 9 p.m. Again, no eds on our irregular verbs conjugated in the past simple. Let's take a look at negatives in the past simple. To make a sentence negative in the past, I need to add the auxiliary didn't, which is the contraction for did not, before my infinitive or the verb. For instance, I didn't take the bus. My auxiliary didn't comes before my verb take. James didn't go to the Eiffel Tower. And they did not use their cell phones, or didn't. Finally, let's take a look at asking questions in the past simple. To start a question in the past simple, I need the auxiliary did, which will be followed by the subject, and then my verb. I can also put one of my interrogative or WH words in front of the question. Let's look at some examples. Did you see me in the park? Starting the question with my auxiliary did, followed by my subject, then the verb see. Did he go to Italy? Starting my question with my auxiliary, followed by my subject, and then my verb. And finally, an example with an interrogative word. Where did they sit? In this case, I start with my interrogative word, where, then followed it with my auxiliary did, the subject they, and my infinitive sit.
Rachel, what did you study last year?
Last year I studied social work.
Hannah, where did you travel in 2000? Bellingham, Washington. I traveled in Bellingham, Washington. Sophia, did you go to Europe last week?
I did not go to Europe last week, but I was in Europe a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Oh, Sean, did you dance this morning?
Yes, I did dance this morning.
What songs did you dance to?
I danced to Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
What other songs did you dance to this week?
I did dance to Staying Alive.
Okay, time to review the past simple. My husband and I went to Cuba in 2017. Remember, past simple is talking about completed actions in the past. In this particular example, went is an irregular verb because there is no ed. However, we stayed in a hostel. The conjugation of stay in the past simple has an ed, therefore it is a regular verb. To make a sentence negative, I will put the auxiliary didn't before the verb. My husband didn't like the food. And to ask a question in the past simple, we need to use the auxiliary did. Did you see our pictures?